of all, could you please inform us Finnish defense policy, new procurement programs and modernization plans?
Yes, of course. And as you know, for the Finnish defense policy, we are a non-aligned country. So we don't belong to NATO, but of course we are a member of the European Union, and so this does affect our position. And our defense policy is well defined in our white paper. And actually the white paper is delivered beginning of this year, and it is discussed in the parliament as well. And the main issues over there is that our defense policy first task is still the homeland defense. So the territorial defense remains our main task also in the future. And the second task is to help the government with all other issues, to provide the defense forces help for the other authorities. And the third one is the international tasks, which means the peace support operations and those areas. But still, unlike in many European countries, we are still territorial defense country, and we do have the conscript service exactly the same as you here in Turkey, and our conscript service is for 1 year, and we have the plan to stick on that one. And so there has been some defense cuts, like many European nations. Our budget has been cut roughly 10%, but we expect that it will be compensated from 2015 onwards. And this affected also for our procurement programs, because the budget was in the area of procurement, it was cut almost 50%. So there ain't that much activity for the time being, but we hope there will be possibilities from 2015 onwards. And one of the big issues is of course the midlife upgrade for our F-18 fighter aircraft, which is going on. And the other big one is the main battle tank modernization, which will come in the near future. But we are still in the process that we have to find out what should be done and what can be done with the new budget structure. So we are in a way not very active at this very moment. So this is, I think this includes more or less all the questions you asked here at the first part.
And could you please inform us about your meetings during IDEF?
Yes, actually whenever I come to visit in these major exhibitions, I have all kind of things in the agenda. One of the main issues is of course networking. I will be able to meet many of my colleagues here, so we can discuss at the government level. So this is very important, and we can exchange views, and there ain't that many possibilities where you can meet so many of your own colleagues at a very short time. So this provides an excellent agenda for that, and of course the Turkish authorities, which is very important for me. And the third one is the industrial discussions. We do have some programs going on, and of course the companies, they wish to request information what's happening on the programs, and how do we proceed, and things like that. So this is one of the areas, the third area. And the fourth one is that of course this provides me an excellent possibility to know better and to get a better idea of the capability of the local industry. So the Turkish industry has been I've been impressed by the level of the Turkish industry, and so this provides me a very good overview of the capability of your industry. So these are the four areas where I have had discussions and possibilities to proceed, and I must say that it has been very positive. I've been in all the major exhibitions in the past, and this is actually my first time here in Turkey, and it seems that this is one of the areas, one of the exhibitions I will have to visit in the future as well.
And my third question is, as it is known that Aselsan was a strong candidate in Leopard modernization project for Finnish Army, could you please inform us about the current status in the tender, and how do you assess Aselsan capabilities?
Yes, we had very good discussions with the Aselsan people, and it was an excellent opportunity for me to see the real work they have done here in the modernization work, Leopard modernization. And of course you are in a strong position if you have already done the modernization, so it's not a prototype work anymore, and so that was very important for me to get the idea of the level of the competence and to see the real hardware they have been doing, and I was impressed in that sense, and there ain't that many companies who have done the modernization work for the Leopard tank, so I would say that Aselsan is a very strong candidate in that area, because they have already the knowledge, and they have been able to do that. So they have the proof of the capability in that area. And concerning the current status, as I mentioned you earlier, we do have the budget cuts, and we are still planning about the program, so there ain't any decision yet, but we hope there will be a decision by the end of this year or early next year to proceed. But I would say Aselsan is a strong candidate, yes.
It is seen that the current bilateral relationship of Turkish companies and Finnish Army are quite limited. And in this situation, what is your assessment on activities and plans to strengthen the defense cooperation between Finland and Turkish companies?
Yes, of course it is a step-by-step process, and there are good first steps already existing. There has been some contacts between the companies and between the Finnish authorities, but I would like to emphasize that actually the authorities or the Finnish Defence Forces, we don't have a policy to have a kind of a direct relationship with the companies. We do that on the competitive basis, and the competitive bidding is the way we do it. And of course in that sense, if your companies are capable of competing successfully, then there will be a relationship, but building a relationship, a kind of partnership with some countries we don't have that kind of policy. So the relationship is built on a success in competing in the programs. So this is something I have to stress, and of course there can be good relations, and there can be bilateral relations at the company-to-company level, which is very natural, because the companies, they are participating in the common programs, and if they find a partnership between Finnish company and Turkish company, so this is the natural way to proceed.
And please give us more information about mutual defense cooperation between Turkey and Finland in terms of joint production, joint research and development programs.
Yes, I would say that in this sense it is mainly at the government level. It is a kind of exchange of information. So the governments have the discussions together, and they exchange information, and one tool to exchange information and to have this kind of cooperation is a kind of, or not a kind, but a memorandum of understanding in the area of R&D and procurement areas. And we have had, Finland has created this kind of bilateral agreements, so-called the memorandum of understandings between many countries. And we have also proposed Turkey that this would be a good step to proceed to agree that kind of MOU between the Finnish Ministry of Defense and the Turkish Ministry of Defense. So that would create the framework and the umbrella which would make it possible to work closely together.
And it's known that many Finnish companies have been working in Turkish market like Environics, Patria. What sorts of business opportunities could be considered for the Turkish and Finnish companies to provide common and mutual interests with each other?
Yes, of course. Here the issue is that all the companies, they work in the economical environment. So it means that each and every company who is working on a free market, they have to find some added value for the cooperation. So this kind of added value is a must to create the cooperation. You can't have cooperation just on the sake of the cooperation. It doesn't work that way, but once there is the possibility for the companies to find out a common interest, that can be kind of technology sharing, that can be like participating in big programs. Those are the good examples, and as soon as you know the capability of another company, it might be possible to add that as an extra to your own company. So you will be more competitive together than you would be on your own. This is the way I see that it should be built, and this is the kind of basis which is healthy basis and which you can build the future on.
And my last question. Would you like to add anything for Defense Turkey readers?
Oh yes, I would definitely like to add, because I was so surprised to come here and see the level of the Turkish industry, and if a nation is capable of building its own attack helicopter, its own main battle tank, and it is considering also the next generation fighter aircraft, the industry is on the top, and I was so impressed about the level of the Turkish industry and the technology. That really impressed me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.